Shoma Sandawana, another installment of the Yellow Corner. Good morning, Rapelang.
Hola, hola.
How are you, mate?
I am not doing.
Nah, I'm hundreds, man. We officially through to the quarterfinals of the Champions League. I don't know how I feel about the game, but yeah, what mattered the most is that we got the 3 points and we are through, hey?
Yeah, no. The aim was to wrap up very early and qualify to the knockout stages, like Mangoba said in previous interviews, and that what we actually did. So I'm happy that we have qualified and we can now manage to catch up to the league games and also participate in the Nedbank Cup.
Yeah. But qualifying for the knockouts, qualifying for the Champions League for us now is a given. Making it out of the group is a given. Now it's we just need to push, to get that second star,
Yeah, no, the real test begin going knockout stage. Like in previous seasons, we have qualified to knockout stages, but we haven't managed to go through the final. We last did go to the final got 2017. So I think the team and the technical
16.
team want to go. Yeah.
2016.
Yeah, 2016. So I think the team and the technical team they want to go back, go final, and also to go back to the Club World Cup. And I think that is what the fans want at this moment.
Yeah. Back to domestic football this weekend on Sunday at 5 o'clock or 5:30. The biggest game of the weekend after that curtain raiser that will be taking place at 3 o'clock. Yeah, and after that, the whole country will be able to watch the big boys of African football. Top versus bottom.
Sure. Unfortunately, Black Leopards have to face us when we are in form. And you look at Bona, like in previous games, they've in 5 league previous games, they've only managed to win 1 out of 5 games. They are the only team that went to Durban and got 3 points from Ngikazi's team, which is Golden Apples. So they have surprised a lot of fans, and also winning 2-0 against Pirates, Limpopo. But they need to be consistent, and also they need to collect those wins, because of now they are relying on teams that are on top of them to drop points so that they collect those points. But I don't think judging by how they play, I don't think it is a team that will collect points so that they can survive. But they have to face us, and also they have to fight so that they go relegation. So it will be a tough fixture for them. I can say an easy fixture for us.
Not too sure about that, Rapse. I'm really not too sure about that. Yes, on paper we should beat them. I mean, it's 1st versus 16th. But the thing is, we're going through the final stretch now, ne? And I don't like playing teams that are fighting relegation, man. Those guys, they playing for their bread for next season, Once you go down to the 1st division, everything changes in terms, particularly your salary package, So I wouldn't think any of those guys would not give a fight, to survive and end up going to the 1st division, whereby they know they won't be earning as much as they were in the top division, So I don't think it will be easy, as you say. I think they will give a fight, as every PSL team should, We can make it easy for ourselves, but I don't think they will give us the 3 points on the silver platter. So we have to go there with the mentality, you know what, this is a must win for, as much as it's a must win for them, it's a must win for us, I mean, if you win, you go over 40 points. So it's gonna be a challenging a game, you know. But like you said, with the quality of our team, the form that we on, the experience of our technical team, we should win this game. Yeah, have you watched the games the recent games?
I only watched their previous games. The previous game where they played the Derby TTM, where they lost 2-0. I look at their defense. Their defensive is very slow. They make a lot of mistakes. They are slow to react, and also they are not anticipating the ball. And you have their right center back who always plays next to the right back and leaves a guy like Jima alone to be exposed. So I think in terms of defending, it will be very hard for them to contain the likes of Msheshi and also Serino. I don't know who will be our target man against them weekend, but defensively they're a team that is struggling. They've conceded 34 goals in leagues. In league games, and we have only played 19 games, so it tells you about their defense. And also they have number 6 here, which is Mthethwa. He's very good, but most of the time he has to cover for their center backs who usually get exposed. They have Hlongwane. I don't know why their coach plays Hlongwane centrally as an 8, because you know Hlongwane is a winger that likes to be given freedom and express himself. So if you play him go central, it's like you restrict him to do what he normally does when he's on the side playing as a wing. And also team was being clever in terms of knowing when to press him. And knowing
when you say team, you're talking about Miguel team.
Yeah, I'm talking about Miguel team. Yeah, he was clever to know when to put pressure on Hlongwane or to let him go and have the ball. And also the reason why they've not been performing very well is that first of all they haven't replaced the likes of Charlo Bering, Karabo Tsepe, and also Lesedi Kapinga. So I think they are having a challenge in terms of creating those goals for the likes of Ramagalela, Anas, Ononogbu, and also Ovidi Garuru. And you look at the guy like Ovidi Garuru, he's played 11 games, he's had 4 goals and 2 assists. So he's the only one that is able to score and create. So you can't only rely on one player to carry the team. The likes of Ramagalela, Anas, and Hlongwane, they have to step up and help the team. So I think so far they're a team that is struggling and they're a team that is desperate for points so that Batuako relegation zoning, like I've said.
Yeah, I know. It's crazy and funny at the same time that almost every time when we do an analysis for our next opponents, we always talk about how clumsy they are. And all these teams that we talk about and all these players that we talk about are professionals, you know. So yeah, it's quite intriguing. You're actually right about their center back pairing. I mean, the first goal that they considered against TTM, the center back has a chance to play the ball to the right. He kicks it straight against an opponent. I don't know whether he was expecting or bolo e phunyele soba mo the opponent ka mole, you know.
And if an about our sharper opponent ga ball, he should have kicked the ball with more power so that I'm sharper. It's like yeah. So he didn't punch the ball and give the ball the power. So that and it was easy for player TTM to get the ball and score that goal.
And then on top of that, you have Edwin Jima with all the experience in the world. I really don't understand where this thing of defenders thinking that when for you to look like a good defender, you always have to be sliding into tackles. You always have to be winning the ball. You can defend without having the ball. It's the clumsiness, man. I don't get where this thing comes from, where people just dive into the opponents and end up conceding penalties. And this is not like we're only highlighting this because Jima considered a penalty. No, that's how Jima plays. He always overcommits himself, and he's gonna make it so easy for us for our 9 on the day on Sunday. I know who I will play against Jima because of how Jima plays, and yeah, man, it's really, I don't understand where this thing of diving in comes. And you're actually right. I actually noted that their center backs or their defense, they lack anticipation. They don't smell danger. As a professional at both ends, you need to be good at anticipating. As a forward, you need to smell or sense, or the ball is gonna land here, I need to be there. As a defender, you need to anticipate and think, okay, this run is gonna lead to this. So you need to sense danger. They don't sense danger. They react after they see danger. So against Sundowns, with Mshish and Serino, they're going to run circles around them because they do not anticipate danger.
And you look at a team like Sundowns, we don't need like 3 clear-cut chances to score a goal. We just need a one chance, then we bury the chance that we get. So it will be a very hard shift for them to contain the likes of Mshishi and also Gaston. And also the wrong thing that they did against TTM is that they don't communicate. Their center backs pairing, they don't communicate a lot. When you communicate, you don't need to shout. You just, like, you can have a tap on your teammate's shoulder telling you where to pick up. So they are not doing that frequently. And also the point where they tried to catch TTM on a offside trap, and you have Jima who stays, and you have the other guy who's running with a defender. So it shows you communication high. In the offside trap, as a defensive officer. So when you have one player out of the 4 defenders who's going to run out with the forward player, it is very wrong. So that and I think playing against Sundowns, it will be hard to correct those mistakes, and we are definitely going to punish them.
Yeah. They're very blunt up front, man. In their last 3 league games, they have had 4 shots and 4 shots on target, but they've only scored 2 in those 3 games and conceded 7. So it says a lot about them in terms of the lack of creativity and the finishing. In 3 games, for you to have only had 4 shots and 4 shots on target, 3 games, that's upset for a professional team, man. And then you mentioned Lefa Hlongwane. He's the one player that I really like in their team. I think in a better squad, he can show his quality, because he, like you mentioned, he's good on take-ons. He's good at dribbling. He's a really good player. And in most games, they start Ramaji with Anas, with most of the time Anas just coming, Ramaji just behind Anas, But I think with the defenders that we have, we should be able to handle them, because one, they won't pose any danger to us because they don't create their midfield doesn't create as much for them, And another thing, they'll be more worried about defending and against Sundowns and not exposing themselves, So yeah, man, I think these guys, they've played 19 games, and we have 12 points. and in those 19 they've only scored 15. So we should really get the 3 points. But like I said earlier on, it won't be an easy match, because they're fighting relegation. 2, they're playing against Mamelodi Sundowns, and every player who plays against Sundowns always wants to show his quality, and maybe look to attract potential teams for next season if the team should go down, But yeah, let's talk about this moving train that is Mamelodi Sundowns. Rapelang, we've reached that level of arrogance in a good way, not arrogance. We are overconfident. No, we're confident, but we're arrogant. You see, when the teams line up in the tunnel, our players are relaxed. You look at the opponents, you can see them peeping our players, like we're facing Sereno, we're facing Mshishi, and that psychologically, before we beat them, before we walk into the pitch, like our self-belief, and it's we on another level. We really are on another level. I don't know if you want to say something on that.
Yeah, like you have said, we beat the teams before we get on the field. Against Stellenbosch, I heard before the game, their coach said this is a team that plays very well in Africa, and they've beaten the likes of TP Mazembe. You can acknowledge how we perform, but saying such statements, it shows up you are so too really like officer Sanders because of they've beaten TP Mazembe. No. This is a new game. You still have to face Sanders. You have 3 points to fight for. So I think having that psychological advantage, it has truly helped us a lot.
True. And the fact that over and over, a couple of times this season, we've gone down and we're still able to come and win the game, like we did against the opponents that we're facing on Sunday. Even when the teams go 1 up, they still, with the quality that we have, they know these ones can always come back, So, yeah, man. I want to touch on Oshin Deruk Rapelang, like quality defender, that boy. But in the last few games, that's something that I've noticed, and maybe you are always doing it at Maritzburg. Just that I didn't notice it because he was not our player. You look at the players who don't play for, but you don't necessarily put too much focus on them. He's passing. He's a great passer off the ball. That boy. He played a few balls that bypassed the middle field. TP Mazembe on Wednesday. He's comfortable on Tuesday. I meant to say he's comfortable on he play a pass if it just next to the middle fielders and it goes to the final third, and he is good switching play. The long ball he played, I think 3 to Lyle. Only 1 went out. The other 2 went straight to Lyle. That's something that. I'm going to bring up my other team, Liverpool. Liverpool is missing this season because of Van Dijk. Teams would high press against Liverpool, and instead of playing to the middle, Van Dijk would play a long pass to from the right to the left to Mane or Salah, whoever is playing on that side. So this boy brings a different dimension to our play in terms of one moment the opponents, we have the ball, we have Riva, him and Mento passing one another. We invite him, we're trapping them again, we're inviting them, we suck them in. Once we suck them in, they don't notice that again their focus is on the dribbling, moving the ball around. They don't notice Lyle's movement. Lyle goes into their half, into Roshin switches play. So I was really impressed by that.
And Thabiso, no Sundowns if you are not comfortable on the ball, and also you are not having a good passing accuracy. You look at a guy like Mandela, like now when he came to Sundowns, I doubt he's going to fit in Sundowns because of his style of play, and the previous teams he had played for. But first abe good more bolong, and also not like to match Nascimento, but also to try complement how Nascimento plays. And the good thing when you have two center backs that are comfortable on the ball is that the opponent has some kind of and Nascimento or the hook is not good on the ball. Let's try to press him so that we can win the ball. No, they know that we have two good center backs that are good on the ball. So they are not going to press him willing to win the ball. So I think having two center backs that can play from the back is a good advantage for us.
And another thing that I'm continuously noticing, Rapelang, more social media. You know our players, man. I respect our players so much, man. Like these guys, it doesn't start at training and end there. No, they always seem to be pushing, going an extra mile. You know, like we said last week, Kemit was doing extra work. Mido, he posted doing extra work. Yesterday, I saw Kelezo also doing extra work. You know, so it shows you. They're really competitive. They always want to improve. They always want to go to the next level, man. It's really something. It's something that's really impressed me and made long continue, because if Keleto does it, it rubs off to his mates, everyone around him. You know, it's something that. They are winners. Our players are winners, man. They are never happy. They always want to improve, eh? Yeah, you want to say something? Yeah, and it's today's Thursday morning, guys. So since we started shooting, by the time we had started shooting, there wasn't any news regarding the latest in terms of injury. Kemit and how long he will be out for. But there's a positive out of this that I was thinking of when I was checking the fixtures. You don't want to have any of our players injured, but the shining light here is that for the next 2 weeks, it will be international break after this game, Black Leopards. And after that international week, we are playing a Champions League game away Go Hilal. But the good thing is that we're not going there under pressure. You know, we can field French players that haven't played. So the next 3 weeks, depending on how the length of time that he will have to sit out, at least the next 3 weeks, we won't be participating in games. So we really need Kemit.
Yeah, no, I think this international break it will help him to recover, even though he was selected for national team in Nigeria.
Yeah, but I think he definitely.
Yeah, so I think he won't take any part in the national team duties. I think it will help him to recover, and also even though he's injured and we don't know how long the injury will take, I think we have good enough players that can slaughter in his place and do what he does, scoring goals and also creating goals.
Yeah. How do we beat Leopards, Rapelang, on Sunday? What do we do to beat Leopards?
What do we do is that we must draw their center backs out of their position and try to put in those balls where into center backs that Leopard brilliant. Yeah. So, and also we said they are not a team that is not picking up players. So I think Lyle can put in those crosses, and also Tapelolena has to improve his final decision in the final third. So I think we can penetrate them centrally, and also we can use our fullbacks to put in those crosses and get those tap-ins.
Yeah, and you know what you said in terms of drawing the center backs out of possession is what determined who I will start in Shalule's position, you know. And this starting this person means crosses. We don't have to play like crosses looking for someone to finish with the header, you know, but mostly pullbacks, you know, hard and low crosses into the box, you know. So yeah, man, I think in terms of our build-up, I don't think they will high press and end up exposing themselves behind. I think they will probably defend deep, but with the front three that I will have and the movement that all of them will be doing, it will confuse them in terms of who to mark, who not to mark, you know. So I think they will defend deep, but we have a great front three. We have 2 10s that are quality and can always find space behind any defense, you know. So yeah, I think we can get into our starting lineup. Do you want to go first?
Yeah, I'll go first. I'll have Dennis. I'll have Thapelo, Hushin, Musa, Lyle, and also I'll have Central. Our number 6, I'll have Rivaldo. Number 8, I will have Spelele and Leboha Maboe.
I was gonna say if you hadn't started Lebo.
number front three, I will have Gaston, and also I'll have Mshishi. I'll have Afonso or Kelechi.
Starting lineup when you hand over the lineup to the match official, there's no way where you feeling you have to have someone in there. You have to
I'll have
Afonso.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Okay. My lineup is different. My lineup is Dennis, Thapelo, Mento, Musa, Lyle. Why are you giving me looks when I say Mento?
Why bench Rushi?
Mento, when Mento is fit, he starts. That's a given. That's a given. And another thing, as much as I said Rushin is good on the ball, Mento is levels higher, you know. And I don't think we will be doing a lot of defending. So you need Mento to have more ball players, you know, in your team, you know. So I'll definitely have Mento and midfield. It will be Riva, Spelele, and Lebo. Front three, it will be Mshishi, Gaston, and Keleto. Let me tell you why I'm going for Keleto. Keleto has pace. He can always run past Jima. He can always draw Jima into the middle field at times. He can always go to the side and have maybe Mshishi play central. Or Gaston playing central. So you're confusing the defense. The defenders, the center backs don't know whether to say to the right back, okay, he's left my the central position. You can take care of him. Most of them, they're not smart enough. They will move with him to that position and then leave the gap behind them. So that's why I will have Kelet, and for his pace to run at Jima, you know, and have him maybe even concede penalties because he's always desperate to win the ball, you know. So I thought about it, and another thing. Starting off Afonso is very good on the ground, but I'd be happier Jima marking Afonso than I'd be marking because Keleto is gonna make me run with
because you know Afonso most of the time when pass a ball on the ground he's facing our goals, so Jima don't feel like I'm high and let him have the ball. So Keleto now will be on Jima's shoulder making those runs. So Jima, has to chase him. But Afonso, like, so I understand why you have went for Keleto ahead of Afonso.
Yeah, and I think you look at the last game, not the one that we recently played with them, but last season. Last game of the league, we created so many chances against them, man. So one would like to hope and believe that. I'd like to believe, to start with, that their team is not as good as it was last season. So with that and how good we are this season, I think we'll create even more chances, and then we bury those chances, and you give other guys a chance in the second half,
Yeah.
All right. Score prediction?
Because of Shalulile is absent.
Wait, let me ask you something before. Sorry, I wanted to ask you. You said, say you're starting Afonso, like you said. Would you still start Lyle or Maposa at left back? Who's the better crosser of the ball between the two?
Aubrey.
Yeah. So if I was to start Afonso, I'd start Aubrey. Because I think Aubrey is good on a still ball. Aubrey is good on a ball that's in motion, which is something. You know what's funny? Last year I found out Robertson, Liverpool's left back, he struggles with a still ball. He prefers a ball that's in motion, and he finds it easier to cross a ball like that's in motion, and a trend. Yeah, now he prefers a ball that's still, but you have someone like Maposa, whether it's still, whether he just whips a perfect cross. So yeah, score prediction.
Because of Shalulile High, we will give them 4-0.
Who's scoring?
Mshishi Brace, Serino 1, and also I think Spelele will score.
Okay. I'm going for 5-0. I think we are absolutely better than that. I'll have Mshishi, I'll have Gaston, I'll have Keleto. Like you, I think Mshishi will score a brace. So who's the fifth one? The fifth goal scorer? Hey, let me go for Spelele as well. Yeah, so I'll go for Spelele. I'll go for Spelele as well. Yeah, and our next game is on the 2nd of April away in Sudan. So yeah, we won't be seeing our faces for a while now. Anything you want to say, Mdogesh?
Nah, sharp.
No question. Your ghostwriter didn't give you a question this week for you to post.
I don't promote questions.
Okay. Masandawana, thank you for watching. Continue liking, commenting, and subscribing to Masandawana Fan Vlog on Twitter. You know the drill now. Please comment with your preferred lineup for our game against Black Leopards on Sunday at 5 o'clock. See you guys on the 1st of... When are you... I'm not sure whether you're playing on the 2nd or the 3rd, but yeah, see you that long weekend. Just not sure when. Good luck to the boys, and also those who will be going on international duty, man. We just hope and pray they don't suffer any injuries, and speedy recovery to the ones that are on the hospital beds right now. Cheers, Masandawana. Chap, Nduri.
Hola.